the fans want to show up for. So, it's business and it's a negotiation, and there has to be compromise on both sides. And, we're starting to get down to the wire of it, and it's become really important. And, obviously I want to help in any way I can, and I tried to educate myself the best I can. Obviously, I can't speak.
That address distilled the single most important message the WNBA will face all season. While attention has been consumed by internal conflicts and the constant back and forth of collective bargaining negotiations, Caitlin Clark delivered one clear, unequivocal point. This progress cannot be put at risk, and she's absolutely right.
NBA fans are so excited because Caitlin Clark is finally back on the court playing basketball, and it seems like she is 100%. She is going 5v5. Team USA is currently holding their training camp. So all the ladies will be in Durham this weekend training. As you can see the roster here, Lauren Betts, Aaliyah Boston, Cam Brink, Paige Beckers, Veronica Burton, Sonia Citron, Caitlin Clark, Kalia Copper, Chelsea Gray, Brittany Griner, Dearica Hamby, Kiki Riafen, Rakia Jackson, Brianna Jones, Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese, Juju Watkins, and
in December 2024, Team USA's training camp in Durham brought together 16 of the world's top women's basketball players, officially in preparation for the 2026 FIBA World Cup. But beneath the surface, tension was unmistakable, with the WNBA and the Players Association still deadlocked in collective bargaining negotiations. A failure to reach an agreement by January 9th could place the entire 2026 season in real jeopardy. This wasn't hyperbole. It was a genuine risk. The roster features stars such as Lauren Jackson, Brianna Stewart, Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese, Paige Buchers, and Caitlin Clark. Yet this gathering was about far more than basketball. It occurred at a critical moment in the league's history, when what players set off the court carried as much significance, if not more, than anything they could do on it.
I think there are different things that we can find ways to say, no, like, we certainly deserve that, and we're not going to compromise on that, and then other things that we can probably compromise on. But like I said, this is the biggest moment in the history of the WNBA, and I don't want that to be forgotten. And it's important that we find a way to, play this next season, and I think our fans, and even everybody that has played in this league that has come before us.
Notice how she frames it. This isn't just an important moment in league history. It's the most consequential one. Her immediate pivot to protecting next season's play exposes a crucial truth. Caitlin Clark understands what needs to be said plainly and loudly. Sustained growth cannot exist without games on the floor. Look back just 1 year. The 2024 season was approaching with real uncertainty. No one knew how Clark would translate to the pros. Angel Reese's impact was still an open question. Average attendance sat around 6,500. Fast forward to today, and the Indiana Fever alone are drawing more than 17,000 fans per game. That isn't incremental progress. It's a seismic shift. Clark's message carries weight because it goes far beyond basketball. It speaks directly to the business reality being ignored in these negotiations. The WNBA is coming off the most successful season in its history. Television ratings jumped 70%. A new media rights deal worth $2.2 billion over 11 years was secured, and expansion fees climbed to $50 million per franchise. This is the rare, organic momentum every professional league hopes to seize.
Give it up for Caitlin Clark's answer. Thank you, Caitlin. This is the biggest moment the WNBA has ever seen, and it's not something that can be messed up. I feel like I have been screaming this at the top of my lungs through all of the messiness that has happened over the past 2 seasons in the WNBA. You have a moment right now in women's basketball, and specifically in the WNBA. You have a boom that we have never seen in the history of this league. Do whatever you can to not mess it up, and they've already done multiple things that is like
And that's the reality staring everyone in the face. Compromise, however unpopular it may be in the current conversation, is unavoidable. Players are pushing for league-wide charter flights, not just for playoff teams, along with larger revenue share and better pay across the board. Those demands are justified. But the immediate priority is whether enough common ground can be found now to prevent a work stoppage that would undo all the progress made. At the same training camp, Kelsey Plum described the CBA talks as disheartening, pointing to a significant gap between the two sides. With December 2024 already here and a January 9th deadline looming, there is very little time left to close it. Unlike the NBA, which can weather a lockout due to its massive fan base and entrenched infrastructure, the WNBA doesn't have that margin for error. This league is still being built. Stopping construction halfway would be a mistake with consequences that may not be reversible.
Against them. Kelsey Plum off the screen, kicks to Caitlin Clark for 3. Caitlin Clark up the court. Another 3. Caitlin Clark off the screen, another 3. Her shot looks really good. There were other photos of her going around, I feel like the past couple weeks also, saying that it looks like she dropped some of the muscle that she did gain before last season. It's hard to tell. To be honest, you guys, I'm not really like body watching.
Watch the sequence carefully. It perfectly captures the appetite for WNBA basketball during the offseason. Caitlin Clark hadn't played competitive basketball since September 25th, 2024, when the Fever were eliminated by the Connecticut Sun in the first round of the playoffs. More than 2 months without seeing her on the floor had only intensified anticipation. Yet in this moment, everything looks effortless. Her movement is fluid, her footwork sharp, her release smooth and decisive. Any lingering doubts about how her body changed during her rookie season, whether added strength contributed to plantar fasciitis or other soft tissue issues, fade almost immediately. What stands out instead is her ease, her health, and most importantly, the visible joy she brings to the game.
You know, we had the photos last year from Media Day when she was like flexing and all that, and you could clearly see that she had put on a lot of muscle, but it's hard to tell here, so I'm not really going to comment on it. But there were some fans that were saying it looks like she dropped some of the muscle that she put on, and a lot of people were wondering if that is why she had so many soft tissue injuries during last season. But again, I don't know, so I'm just going to leave it at that. And here's another clip, you guys, of Caitlin Clark's signature 3. She's dribbling the ball up the court, goes to her left, step back.
Paige Bucher's game-winning step back over Caitlin Clark immediately went viral. Some critics rushed to frame it as proof of something larger, but they missed the point entirely. This is exactly what fans want to see. 2 generational talents meeting in real competition, free of manufactured rivalries or social media drama. Just basketball. The Clark-Bucher's dynamic is compelling because it represents different paths to the same elite level. Clark entered the WNBA as the most hyped rookie in league history and delivered, enduring constant physical pressure and scrutiny while cementing herself as a true star. Bucher's, projected to enter next year, carries similar expectations but with a different profile. More defensive versatility, more system-driven precision. That contrast is what makes their matchups must-watch. And that's the larger point. Training camps like this, live scrimmages and moments that feel real, are exactly what the WNBA needs more of, not less. A work stoppage would wipe all away. No games, no highlights, no viral clips. And without those moments, no new fans becoming invested supporters. The engine driving the league's growth would simply grind to a halt.
This is the kind of basketball that so many WNBA fans have been missing. And there's another clip that is also currently going viral, and it's Paige Bucher's sidestep 3 on Caitlin Clark. And now obviously the Caitlin Clark haters are loving this, but I also love this too. I love to see 2 great players like Paige, like Caitlin, playing either on the same team or against one another. But check this out. So there's a long rebound here. Paige gets it, pump fake, sidestep, drains the 3, and that is
Angel Reese posting up Paige Bucher's. With an attempted screen on Caitlin Clark and Jackie Young rotating over to help. This single sequence highlights the level of defensive sophistication some have long claimed the WNBA lacks. And this is happening in a practice setting, among players who are barely familiar with one another. Even there, the defensive attention Clark draws is unmistakable. In a scrimmage where teammates might normally ease off, the effort required to contain her is still intense. Paige actively denies the ball, while Jackie Young shades over his help defense. All of it unfolds without a formal game plan. Now imagine that same focus at playoff intensity. This sequence also chips away at the tired narrative that Caitlin Clark can't play defense, a claim that's often rooted in oversimplification. Watch her positioning. She isn't gambling for steals or reaching unnecessarily. She stays disciplined, holds her assignment, and funnels opponents into help. That's sound, fundamental basketball. She may not be an elite defender,